Good morning. I'm Allison Davies, Communications Assistant from Regional Tourism Organization 7, and I'm joined today by Matthew Hamilton of Rapid Software Design. Matthew and his wife Sonia are part of the team that's helping execute the Tech Compass project, which is helping tourism businesses in our area assess their digital landscape and identify where improvements and efficiencies can be made. Thanks so much for joining us, Matthew. I'm wondering if you can just start out by telling us a little bit about Rapid.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Allison.
Yeah, no
So,
problem.
Rapid offers technology services really from strategy to ongoing support, including software selection, configuration, and launch. We help small businesses define their operational processes also to be efficient and leverage technology in the right places because it's about the software and how they want to use it. Yeah.
I imagine it's pretty overwhelming for people when you get started.
It can be, and
Yeah.
and a lot of the good feedback we get on the Tech Compass program is around the laying out the roadmap for them.
hmm
Usually, there's not a lot of surprises. Ironically, it's more just about thanks for laying it out for us and giving us the path forward.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so just to rewind a little, can you tell us about the Tech Compass project and sort of what that is and
yeah, glad to. So really, it's a small business focused tech help program. And because most of our participants, we go from a lot of them are solopreneurs or maybe two or three people,
hmm
employees. Larger groups might be 10 or 15, and some slightly bigger. So it's all size, shapes and sizes, but certainly small business focused. We meet and we want to understand the business owner's challenges in technology. We make recommendations with supporting resources, website URLs and YouTube videos. And what we like to do is provide simplified, pragmatic guidance, in the complicated tech landscape, because a lot of people, the small business owners, are great at running a small business, but they're like, I didn't know I had to know a lot about technology. But
hmm
that's the reality of being a small business owner these days. And so we like to then also help in a world of overwhelming choices, distill the options. So we
hmm
don't always say use this. We'll have two or three recommendations that might be relevant, talk it through with business owners. We like to integrate standalone solutions. So people are focusing on running their business and not taking data from their point of sale and putting it in their financial system, for example. And we like to really have provide measurable benefits. And after the program, did you see increase of sales once we implemented online reservations or social
hmm
media improvements? Has there been improvement? And so, yeah,
Yeah, so that covers some of it, but so what are the steps if someone gets a hold of
yeah.
us or you and signs up for Tech Compass? Can you just lay out kind of what the process looks like for them?
For sure. So we try to limit the time that the business owners have to spend with us. It starts with an initial 1 hour workshop, and this is what I call, the good, the bad, and the ugly about your
hmm
technology. Then we take that information away and we summarize our understanding to make sure we got it right. Because obviously, a 1 hour meeting is we don't pretend to know the business nearly as well as a business owner, just to make sure we got everything right.
Yep.
We then go off and do some due diligence and research to come up with check recommendations. But usually, about 2 weeks later, we circle back. We'd have another 1 hour meeting
Yep.
and we go through the recommendations. We leave the business owner with a deck that has the recommendations, including resources, links to YouTube videos, websites. We also identify that a lot of the business owners are good to implement these recommendations themselves, but if they do need help, we can either point them in the right direction or to the select business owners that qualify. There is some limited implementation support as well.
hmm
Then they go off and whether it's with our help, others help, or by themselves, implement those resources,
Yep.
those recommendations over time. And then we like to do another follow-up meeting in about 3 months. Just say, okay, how did it go implementing those
Right.
steps? Do you need any help? Was it a bridge too far, or did it all go well?
Amazing. What
Yeah.
a great resource. What are some of the challenges that you do see?
Yeah, we're starting to see some, common challenges come out of the program. So we sometimes see some redundant softwares
Hmm.
use. So
Yep.
there might be someone with a point of sale that has email marketing capability built into it, but they're also then using MailChimp.
Right.
And
Yep.
usually it's for a number of, valid reasons. Maybe they used MailChimp in a previous life, so they're familiar with it. But we like to centralize and maximize software use so you're not paying for two products when you only
Right.
need to use one,
Yep.
right? So we like to consolidate the software strategy that way. We sometimes we see, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, manual data transfer between systems.
Hmm.
I like facetiously to ask business owners, do you like paying your accountant? And they're like, no. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, why don't we pay them to do accounting things instead of data entry things? And they're like, I
Right.
like that idea. Right. So
Yep.
if we can get the transfer of data from the point of sale to the financial system at a minimum to be a report and upload,
Hmm.
or ideally automated between the technology if it provides that, great. But certainly the worst case scenario is the data manual data entry. Another area businesses can sometimes struggle with is with their email strategy, specifically around social media and email marketing campaigns.
Hmm.
There's we're a big believer in a social media plan to kind of highlight, what's the messaging that you want to get out there at different times of the year,
Yep.
right? Instead of, you might have great pictures and great verbiage to go along with those to put on social media. But if you're like trying to push summer camps in the summer, maybe a couple of months before that's when you want to start
Right.
really pushing that messages and things
Mhm.
like calls to action. So not just a great picture of a summer camp and a kid
Right.
happy, but it's also like a book now button or call us to reserve, that kind of stuff.
Yep. Great.
Yeah. The other thing too with social media is it's not all on you. If you sit down and you're struggling with come up with content, you can share posts from other businesses that might help boost yours. A great example is if you're a business that offers accommodation in the Blue Mountains, and Blue Mountain has a post about the ski hill opening early. Well, that's a great post to share. So
Hmm.
really,
Hmm.
you don't have to create all this content yourself. You can use others to help generate buzz for your business.
Yeah, for sure.
Another thing is the use of AI, and that scares some people, right? They're like,
Mhm.
I know I AI, and they think of Skynet and taking over the world. But if you sit down on a Tuesday to come up with a great social media post, and you're like, I'm struggling with the right
Hmm.
verbiage for this, or
Yep.
how do I make this sound a little bit more customer friendly or rosy? Chat GPT or these other tools can really help with that. And at a minimum, I personally find it's a lot easier to edit content than it is to start from a blank page.
Yeah.
So you
Agreed.
can
Yeah.
use that to create content.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's a crazy resource for tourism businesses in the area. I feel this program. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's good feedback. The people are that I'm meeting with are very thankful. Like I said,
Hmm.
lay out the roadmap for them. It's normally not earth shattering, and they're great to talk to. You all these
Yeah.
people, they're putting their heart and soul in their business, and
Yep.
and they tell you all about it. It's their baby, right?
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah. Great. Okay, well, that's really all I wanted to find out. Just give people an introduction to the program and to yourself, and hopefully we'll be sending some more people your way.
One other thing we can highlight too is
Hmm.
we do have a website and a toolkit. So we
Yes.
do sessions specifically with businesses that apply, but we have a website that really is a compilation of all our learnings in the program. So
Okay.
there could be businesses that maybe don't want to participate in it, but we have recommendations that are industry specific for, accommodation software or attraction software
Okay.
or things like that. So techcompass.ca, and yeah, that could be very helpful.
And that's available to anyone, even if they don't go through the full program.
That's right.
Perfect. Great. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Matt.
You're very welcome. I
All
hope
right.
I hope that was helpful.
I'm sure that's perfect. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.